HEX is pumping again. Wow. This testnet v3 hype, it seems like it's not going back after that. So yeah, we obviously had this run up to 3.3, slight pullback. People thought it was going all the way back down here. This was a bull trap. Bull trap going back down under a penny, inevitable, right? Under a penny was inevitable. We're going to touch that trend line at least and possibly head lower. That didn't happen. Richard Hart came out with the tweets. We broke above this resistance, and we clearly broke above this and went as high as almost 5 cent hex, which is crazy. So that is like a 3x from the local low. Pulled back. Now we're at 4.2. We actually did this line right over here did play out as resistance very clearly. 2 wicks and back to the downside, looking like we're going for a retest of the resistance. And if we could break above that, resistance of 4.6 cents, then we should be headed over to 6.9 cents. And the way it's looking like is originally I was saying perhaps 4.6 was the V3 testnet target. It's looking like 6.9 is the testnet V3 target because testnet V3 hasn't launched yet, and we're probably about to break above this, but we'll see. Maybe we come back down, wait for testnet V3, and then mainnet, up to maybe 10, 15 cents. But testnet V3 is very, very close, as we will see shortly, and as you have been seeing for a very long time. But when you're looking on the 4-hour, this looks like a nice consolidation, a nice capitulation, and then consolidation. Maybe this was the bottom, and then this is going to be the higher lows because we kept on getting lower lows. Lower lows. Maybe this is reversal imminent, and then we couldn't make a higher high. So a higher high would be if we could stick above 5 cents. That's a higher high. Is that a trend reversal? Is that a trend reversal? But I don't know. Showing a lot of strength. If you guys are following HEX or not, and Sami covers this very in depth, and we love Sami, obviously, friend of the show. All those wallets that were big sellers are pretty much out. We're very close to out. So does that mean that we're headed to all-time highs? Absolutely not. Does that mean that we are headed lower? Absolutely not. Does that mean the bottom is in? Absolutely not, but I think it is. Because there could always be a new dumper. So even if these dumpers were out at those levels, you get the higher levels. Now there's a new dumper class, but there could also be new pumpers. So I DCA. But what are you guys thinking? Facing reality, welcome to the show. Please like and subscribe. Good morning, fam. Good morning. Bottom or not quite yet. Either way, I DCA. Exactly. Same here. Good morning, Fu. Good morning, Michael. Mega whales about to pump us to 25 cent ASAP. Oh, that would be so nice, dude. Oh, 25 cent hex. That would be so nice. Remember when that was bad? Do you remember? Are you old enough to remember when 25 cent hex was like, oh my God, it was like scary. Now 25 cents looks amazing. 25 cents hex was a 50% correction. And now it's going to be a 10x pump, 8x pump. And, sorry about that. Michael Light says, one of the main attractions I have for HEX is how its fundamentals operate. Very textbook. Yeah. Pumpamentals, we should say. But yeah, 17 watching. If you're enjoying the show, please give it a like. Please subscribe to the channel. HEX is at 4.21 cents. Nice little pump going on. Nice little pump. Hopefully we could retest that As for the crypto markets, green day. AGI, it's been a big pumper because it's an AI token. It's at 43 cents. It had like a low of like 3. My friend was telling me he was kicking himself for not buying AGI. And you can't be upset for not buying something. You just can't. You either got to be in it, you got to pick one, and you got to just go with it. Because there are always going to be pumpers. And you could have always said once it's pumping that, oh, I should have bought it. But you wouldn't have known if I would have known. But you wouldn't have known. You only know what you could research now. And if the thesis plays out, then you'll be sitting pretty. You'll be sitting pretty. So if you know, you know. Yeah, that's looking pretty nice. HEX up 4.7%. We now turn to HEX daily stats. HEX 682. Well, it's more than that now because we really pumped since that 3.8 cents. But the payout per T-share was 6.35. Not bad. Change in current holders, 61. Change in current stakers, 52. Yesterday, we had 483 change in current holders. People are aping in for pulsechain testnet v3 hype. And the day before, 246. So that's 4 days in a row of triple-digit increases in current holders. And at the same time, something I've been noticing is that although the current holders have been increasing like crazy, the change in current stakers has been increasing, but not that much. And the reason for that is because people are waiting. People are game planning their pulse chain for how they don't want their HEX stake. They want it liquid so they could buy PLS and PLSX. Is that telegraphing a massive dump at launch? I think that's very possible. I think if you look at these numbers, that could be telegraphing a massive sell the news at launch. But at the same time, even the sell the news, and I was talking, someone asked a good question last stream, even a sell the news could still, the low of the sell the news could still be higher prices than currently because we pump so much. So like we pump 4x, and we dump 50%. We're still up a lot. So yeah, we're still up 2x from this current price. So possible that there's a buy the rumor, sell the news, but I'm still pretty comfortable holding my EHEX liquid for the pulse chain launch. But yeah, we got 21 watching, so make sure that you like and subscribe. Michael Light says, one of the main attractions I have for HEX is how... Okay, we did that already. I'm sorry. I remember 008. That must have been nice, no? Looking back at it, it must have been nice. But this is from 00.pls. He says, random thought, HEX will most likely moon hard during the time of the pulse chain mainnet snapshot. Not due to higher demand, but LP providers are moving liquidity not to get their HEX copy harvested by the AMM bot. Same goes for Hedron Icosa. That's actually an interesting thing because, was the AMM bot was going to come in there and just buy up everybody's all the liquidity. So the LPs are not going to want their liquidity bought up, so they're going to remove it on Ethereum. And if they remove it, it's thin liquidity. And then the hype of the pulse chain mainnet launch is going to get people buying. When people buy in thin liquidity, the price goes up very hard and very fast. So yeah, that could really moon it up. Maybe pulse chain launch HEX price, maybe people are thinking 10, maybe it's 20, 30, considering the removal of liquidity by the LPs. But what do you guys think in the chat? Give me your prediction for the HEX price when pulse chain launches. But that is a very great point by 000.pls. I should follow him for that. Yeah, keep up the good work, man. Go follow at HEX Capitalist. That is a very good point. And I know he wasn't the first person to say it, but he articulated it very well, and it's very possible. But what do you guys think in the chat? What is your price prediction for pulse chain HEX price on Ethereum when pulse chain launches? Okay.